do since I got broadband. So hopefully you can see all this really clearly, which is what I wanted to do. So it's really quick, really easy recipe. But what I'm going to do, the reason I'm doing this now a lot earlier is because the mixture needs to rest. So we make the batter up. Some people put it in the fridge, so you can put it in the fridge if you want to do that. But I find it's best at room temperature. So depending on how hot your kitchen is, as I say, in England, we tend to, our kitchens are not as hot as other countries. So if you're making this in a really hot kitchen, then put it into the fridge. Okay, and then when you take it out, you want to make sure it's at room temperature before you put it into hot oil, which is what we're going to do later. Okay, so it's really, really easy. You need three ingredients. You're going to need some plain flour. Okay, plain flour. You're going to need some milk. I'm going to use semi-skimmed milk, and you could possibly use almond milk if you wanted to. You know, give it a try. Might not work so well, but give it a try if you want to. And then you're going to need 4 eggs. So first thing we're going to do is put in the flour. Now I don't go off measurements, so you're going to have to. You want the mixture to be not thick, but not as not runny. You want it in between. Okay, so imagine if you're doing pancakes, that's the same sort of recipe. So you're going to add your flour in. So depending on how much you want. So I'm going to be making two large Yorkshire pudding. 2 large Yorkshire puddings. That's what I'm going to be doing. But you can use the same mixture for small Yorkshire puddings as well. So pop your flour in. Now, if you're going off a bowl, I tend to go to about a quarter of the way. You want to fill it just slightly over the top. I should really weigh that out for you, but I'm not going to do that. So you want to fill it up to about a quarter of the way, okay? So just so it covers the bottom of your bowl, and then add a sort of an extra, I would say, let's have a look, probably about 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters thick from the bottom, okay? So just give it a shake, make sure there's no, bumps or anything like that. You could sieve it through if you wanted to make it even lighter, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in some salt and pepper. So salt and pepper. So put your salt in, as you would normally do. Put some pepper in. Good amount. And then we're going to crack the eggs, okay? So you want to pop 4 eggs in. Some people use 8 eggs. I'm only using, and sometimes I only use 3, but I'm adding 4 in today. Okay, so let me just grab a knife because that's why I crack my eggs. Okay, so you want 4 eggs. So let's add these in. Hopefully you can see this really well and clear. Let's add another one. So just to let you all know, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitter or any other app, I am live on haps.tv. You can follow me on haps.tv, subscribe, and if you can like the broadcast, that would be great on Haps. Okay, and you can also send awards, sponsor. It's a great app. Please download the app from your app store. So that's 3, and then let's add another one in. 4. I'll read the comments in a second, guys, because I've got a few messages coming through. Oh, try not to get any shell in there. Oh, I've just got 2 shells in. Never mind. Just wash my hands a second. Okay. Okay, just check the comments a second. Hey, Caroline, good to see you. I've just about recovered from the weekend. I'm still a bit sore in places because I'm just not used to going away dancing for a weekend. And don't forget, on Friday I actually got the train to Harrogate, where we've been all weekend, and then I came back home, and then we set off again. Didn't get a lot of sleep, and then Saturday we were there all day, and then Sunday. So I'm absolutely knackered. Well, not knackered now, but I feel more myself. So put your eggs in, and then what we're going to do then is add the milk. So you want to get a whisk, get a good whisk, and we're going to put it right into the centre. Oh, I'm not even touching that. It's a magic whisk. And we're going to use semi-skimmed milk. And what we're going to do is slowly start from the centre and just start to whisk the eggs into the flour. Okay, and the salt and pepper. So just slowly add your milk. And I usually go up to about halfway. So just stir the Yorkshire puddings, stir the mixture. Just have to bring it together. Hopefully you can all see that well. Just add it in slowly. Some people will add all the milk in one go. If you've got an electric whisk, then possibly you could do that. But you don't want to make it too runny. But if it does go too runny, don't worry. You can always add more flour. But remember, as it rests up, it'll start to thicken up anyway. So that's still too thick. So because it's still very clumpy. So just add your milk, and you want to add about half of the bowl of milk. Okay, so just mix it in, stir it. You'll see that. Thanks, Caroline, for the award. So just whisk it up. Now that's still thick, so you want it quite runny before you actually leave it to rest, because it will then thicken up. So add your milk. Keep adding your milk. And you can also go off the colour as well. It depends on your type of eggs you're using, because some eggs can be really, really orange, yellow, really, really yellow. So you want it sort of to be not too, how can I describe it? You want it not to be too, when you white, basically. You don't want it to be too white. You want it to have a bit of colour in there. So whisk it up. Get in there, lots of air. Make sure there's no lumps. I'm going to add a little bit more milk to that. You kind of, as I say, that's still quite thick, but it will get thicker, as I say, when you leave it out at room temperature. So about halfway up the bowl. And then half of this mixture will go into a cake tin with hot oil, once the oil's really hot from the oven, and it will rise. I always put it on a top shelf, but I will come back tonight and show you that, because I'm going to be frying off some steak. We're going to have some onion gravy, and then we're going to have some vegetables as well. So it's going to be just like a sort of Yorkshire wrap, but it's more of a Yorkshire pudding. A lot of people think Yorkshire puddings are puddings. They used to be puddings. You can have them with jam and cream, but they're savoury, they're not sweet. So it's just a savoury. You can make this up as a big Yorkshire pudding, and then you can flatten the edges and then roll it up to make a Yorkshire wrap. So, oh yeah, take the shell out. I forgot to take the shell out. Never mind, Ray. It'll be in there somewhere. It'll float to the top anyway before I put it into the mixture. Yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, make sure you don't have any shell in there. You don't have any shell. So Karen said it was brilliant, but I'm shattered. And well, Caroline has done an amazing job all weekend. And then not only that, because she had to prepare from like Wednesday, Thursday. She had classes all last week, and now she's had the weekend, but now she's also had her other classes as well this week. So I think you're just going to hit the bed and it's going to catch up with you. I really do think that. But it was a really great weekend. So good to see you on, Rick. Am I on at a suitable time? Because usually you watch on the replay, don't you? So you want to just mix that up. Yeah. You could always put this through a sieve if you wanted to. I might do that actually later. If the eggshell doesn't rise up, then I will put it through a sieve, and it will make it really nice and smooth. I think that's the word you want. You want a smooth batter. So that is it, guys. That is it. You can keep the whisk in there, and then all I'm going to do is put a towel over the top and put it on the side. So I want to let that rest and give it a stir every hour. The longer you leave it, the better the Yorkshire puddings will be, because it just allows more air to get into the mixture. So join me later tonight, guys. I'll be on about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm not sure yet. So in about maybe 4 or 5 hours, just to let that mixture come together. And then I'm going to do some vegetables. We'll fry off some steak. I'll cut some steak up, produce some onions, and some nice onion gravy, and then the Yorkshire puddings should be done as well. So thanks for coming in, everyone. Really quick broadcast. In fact, let me take off the cover so you can see it. There we go. So thanks for coming in, everyone, and I'll see you tonight. Take care, everyone.